Hello and welcome to another episode of Silver and Steel. We are your Tuesday night crew, help you to get you through your beginning of the week blues. That is the smoothest intro I've done yet. You would think I have a lot of practice with how much I've done these.
Smooth like butter.
I like
Welcome
it.
Smooth.
so much. We're so excited to hang out with you this evening. But before we get started, let's go around and introduce our intrepid band of adventurers. Lauren, take it away.
Hi, I'm Lauren Urban. I'm playing the Dragonborn cleric Orkira Eldrex, who is currently underwater. Yeah.
How does fire work underwater?
That's a question.
Huh.
How does any of my breath weapons work? How does prayer work? We're about to find out.
Switch to Umberly, you'll be fine.
Just, hey, I'm really sorry. I know I've been praying to you for like years, but this is kind of a special situation.
Completely valid.
And Umberly is known to be so friendly.
I'm sure the Phoenix won't mind if I just forsake them in the middle of everything. I mean, they'll be fine.
That's cool.
You know,
That's cool.
world
Hear me out
ending.
though. If they get angry and burn off the ocean, then we're not underwater anymore and can do our thing. So it still is win-win.
You say that as though they'll burn off the ocean and not us.
Yep.
You'd be like
Anyway,
crabs in a
Jasmine,
tin pot.
thank you for letting me go first. Sorry about all of that.
Of course, Meagan.
Hello, everyone. I'm Meagan Kenreck. I'll be playing an artillerist artificer today. She's a half elf. Avren and I are currently in Dave. Hold on, let me look up what that means again. Dave is an acronym for Deep Aquatic Vehicular Explorer. It's getting pretty dank in here. We're going to need some prestidigitation soon.
Yeah, that name doesn't even make any sense. I think we just went with vehicular because I said it was a fun word to say.
It is a fun word to say.
Super fun word to say.
Yeah.
Also, Dave is an awesome name.
And I'm
Like, really?
open to suggestions.
I mean, I don't know anybody named Dave, but I mean, if that's what you're into, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like Orkira nailed it on the first try. It was perfect. Short, sweet, succinct. I'm into it. Speaking of short, sweet, and succinct, Hope.
Hello, I am playing Penelope Halfpint, your friendly halfling druid Circle of the Moon, who is also underwater and wondering how powerful would a tidal wave be this far underwater.
Amazing. Jen.
Hey, I am Jen Kretchmer. I am playing Alyndra, your high elf diviner cleric, here to foresee things.
Fantastic. Todd.
I'm Todd Kenreck. I play Avren, an undead warlock, and he's just now probably figuring out that he doesn't need to breathe. So yeah, he's pretty excited.
Yep. B. Dave.
B. Dave Walter, as I say words about things, you super know you don't have to breathe. You've told us like 6 weeks in a row, but it's coming in handy now. That is true. I am playing Freely, the luckiest boy, lucky little halfling, who has exactly one spell that works without verbal components, and that is Green Flame Blade. So we're still in business, and made a pretty big announcement before this. So at some point, go check out my Twitter at B. Dave Walters, and I'll tell you at the end of the show.
Fantastic. Yeah, that leaves me. I am your dungeon master for this chronicle. I'm Jasmine, that bronze girl Bhullar, and I'm excited to see what our adventurers get up to today. But before we do that, I think we have some fan art. We do. Haha!
Hey.
Sawyers is back with Hank.
Nice.
Yeah, look at those abs. I mean, come on.
I must admit,
Eat your heart out, Jason Momoa.
he looks far more attractive there than what I've been envisioning in my mind for as the Marin. I got to tell you, yeah.
Yeah, there's a very Jason Momoa-esque vibe, and it's lovely. And thank you for not just doing the entire cast and our DM, but also going into all of our NPCs. I really super duper appreciate it. And then we have TTRPG Gifts, who is back, who put together our theme song and might have added in all of the singing moments towards the end. You definitely have to go take a listen. They also did add the subtitles in, which helps a lot. But yeah, I think it's the best version of our theme song, and I think it's now canon. And so thank you for that. There's also a whole host of gifts that go along with that gift of a video.
Nice.
Fantastic.
It is a
is-
thing. Listen all
Wait,
the
so
way.
is that all of the like?
Yeah,
Is that what that is?
Yeah,
Oh my
literally,
God.
like they edited in a bunch of them at the end of it. Yeah.
That's
mhm.
great.
It's beautiful. It
And
is
now I have
absolutely gorgeous.
literally no idea what to do this week. I'm at a loss. I don't
Just
know.
keep it going, man.
There it is.
You
yeah.
have to keep going.
Yeah,
Apparently,
the legs.
Until there's a supercut.
the people demand it till we can go full fan cam.
Until there is enough cuts of you singing to make it longer than the entire opening theme song. And so
Oh,
it's like,
no.
all right, our theme is 30 seconds long, and now we got B Dave singing for another minute and a half.
I mean, we
going,
might already be
"Feel."
there now, but yeah, okay. But I'm with it. I'm with it. The people demand it.
It has to be longer than the actual theme song.
Absolutely.
Done.
It's required.
We'll get there.
Because
Yes.
science.
Yes. Speaking of science, every single time, I don't know what this has to do with science, but every single time myself or one of the crew rolls a nat 20, somebody in the audience wins a legendary bundle courtesy of D&D Beyond. So thank you for that.
Statistics and probabilities are science.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it would have made more sense if I said speaking of math, but instead I was like, speaking of science.
Yeah. And if
Math,
it's actual
science.
dice, it's gravity.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
And yeah, what happened last week? Who wants to recap?
Well, I know Avren and I are currently on this subaquatic vehicle, and I have mounted a cannon on the outside of this gyroscopic submarine.
Mhm.
I
You-
rolled an 18 so that I did not puncture a hole into this vehicle. And someone else from the other side of the crew wants to take it away. I think everyone else went into the
We went
giant turtle
swimming!
shell.
So Orkira and Penelope and Freely are all swimming deep in the ocean, and then there was blood, and the blood was there, and then like something swam past us, and but it's okay because Freely is hidden, and then Orkira and I don't know. That's all I remember.
And we're
there's a-
on the way to rescue a god.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. so
Avren's
there
turtle
was-
god.
Yes,
Mhm.
there was a giant shell that was like on one side of I guess like if we're looking straight ahead from the point of view of the vessel, the deep sea ocean exploration vessel, you have like this weird kind of like slope going downwards with like this phosphorescent light being given off by these like bundles of some type of strange plant or moss.
Looks like there were some offerings, some favors to the gods there. Looks like something's been living in the shell. It's been painted and adorned.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There
and
is a jagged piece of rock that was shattered into 3 pieces that came at us that Freely and Penelope were able to dodge.
Mhm.
What else? There's a dark underwater mountain ahead.
Yeah, there's apparently things have been destroyed down here and are continuing to be destroyed above us, and wreckage is raining down. And I sensed a divine presence that is in tremendous pain nearby.
Yeah, and Avren's got a link to the turtle god and is basically in agony and having trouble breathing. So perhaps
Sympathy pains.
not getting some breaths in there.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
Yeah.
Griff is now a octopus,
Yes.
the most judgy of octopuses,
Judgy
And,
octopus.
Judgy tentacles.
judgy tentacles, and Sir Biswalot is just a tentacle, and they have both gone off on a fabulous adventure to go scout ahead. And I don't know where they are now, but they were able to get us a lot of good intel before we just continued to rush ahead.
Yeah,
They're in
I
the
actually
world's
think it
worst
was
Pixar film.
Or best.
Or
Or
the
best.
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 most of the reconnaissance that Jen just conveyed to us is actually through the POV of Griff.
Mm.
And yeah, because I think when Penelope and Freely rushed forward, they kind of just went straight into the area where there's like debris flying and falling, which is very admirable. I should also clarify, visibility here is bad, even for those of you with dark vision. The water itself is really cloudy because it looks like something is flinging large pieces of rock and ballast and things like that, that Penelope and Freely were doing a very good job of dodging, but that kind of sediment is thick in the air, and in general there's a lot of movement. So the water, you can see, I'm not going to say you can't see at all. You definitely can see in front of you, but only to about 10 feet, where normally you would see a lot further than that. And the dirt and the blood and stuff is so thick in the water that you can actually see the ocean current, which sometimes happens when you're like, you can see the way the waves are moving, the water current around you is moving. Freely rolled pretty well on his perception check and did detect something near him or something that moved past him. And I believe he was just striking out at it. But before we do that, I think we have a trailer, right? Yeah. Hit the
Follow the raven's call as darkness begins to fall. To test your faith, it's time for the diamonds to break and choose whose side you will take. Give in to the powers revealed and come make a deal with your silver
Gotta go full Hetfield. At the end is what sets
Yeah. Mhm.
Get the grunting in there. Yeah.
I'm here for it. I like that little happy expulsion of just air. I like it. I'm into it.
When are you gonna get to Hogwarts? By the way, you've been traveling for about 15 minutes. Is what I can tell.
Listen, y'all, I'm a Dementor, okay? I ain't ever getting there.
So you're why 2020 has been what it was.
Yeah.
It was you the entire time.
For real. I've been sucking the joy out of 2020 like a Dementor sucks the soul
Since
right out of your
2019.
eyeballs.
Second joy out of 2020
Yeah.
since 2019.
That's gonna be a new show on HBO Max. Is Dementor like me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how my hair grew so quickly. Everyone's like, Bronze, your hair grew so quickly this year. It's because I sucked the life force out of 2019.
As a
really
proud
Yeah.
Slytherin American, I'm for it. Yeah.
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 Me too. DJ, I learn more about us every week.
Mhm.
Get
That's why
out
it
of
works.
my brain.
It's why it works,
BJ.
Jasmine. It's why it works. Yep. Okay.
Get out of my head, Charles.
Yes.
Wait, X-Men. Now I can join in the
Yes.
conversation.
True.
Wait,
Yes,
hold on.
that was a Juggernaut reference.
It was
Mhm. Yep. Yep.
Wait, I got that reference. Okay.
It's time for us to count to 3 and move the coin. I got it. No problem. So yes, I was down on the bottom of the ocean. I was hitting something swimming towards Penelope. I was super about to lay into it, and we were gonna find out what happened before I did.
Yes. So go ahead and roll me your attack.
I'm gonna roll to do a violence. Let's see. That is going to be an 18 to hit.
Okay. Give me a sec. Give me a moment here while I.
In classic Marvel team up fashion, I'm only gonna put a level 1 smite on it, just a little soupçon of violence to see if this is actually somebody who's a friendly.
So whiff of violence, just for flavor.
Just a whiff. I won't even follow up with the second attack. Just a little
Wow.
a little
A violence appetit.
exactly an aperitif of violence.
And a moose bouche.
Yep.
Y'all are too much.
Yeah. A Scotia
fantastic.
violence.
And a moose brute.
Yes.
Mhm.
Ooh.
That was not good. No, I could do better.
Presumably my target is not a fiend, correct?
No.
Okay, I was about to say because the smite might go up. But
Mhm. Mhm.
all right. Well, is an 18 enough to hit?
Yes. Wait just a second here.
I would just like to say the Star Wars Pirates of the Caribbean mashup that I've been obsessed with, that I've played in the background, just shifted to the Imperial March on pipe organs when I started doing violence. So I'm living my best life over here.
Your shirt matches that too.
It's almost
Mhm.
it's almost there's a theme. 14, 15, hold on, sorry.
Soupçon violence.
Soupçon violence.
Mhm.
19 points of damage.
Okay. When you strike out, you see your blade strikes true. You can feel it. and you see like a small like sort of ribbon of scarlet in the water. And then you hear in your mind as like these two glowing orbs, light yellow orbs, kind of like peer out at you from the depths, like, ouch.
Hello?
Oh, hi there, buddy. And then getting a little bit closer, you see like a small sort of beak appear with these two very large glowing eyes.
Does this look anything like the baby turtles we rescued?
Yes and no.
Is this Chonkers?
Wait, it's not Chonkers, is it?
I don't think Chonkers could talk.
No, he couldn't, which is why I was very
It's true.
confused.
I mean, is
Yeah.
Chonkers awakened? Does he want revenge? You know?
A lot's happened.
Yeah, no, it's true. Hey, the
It's been 2 days. That's like 3 years. Isn't so much.
That is true. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Well, canonically, when I smite, a light goes off.
Mhm.
Have Orkira and Penelope, are they able to see this happening? Because I saw
Yeah.
something they couldn't see before.
Yes.
Okay.
Especially Orkira, who's behind. She would definitely see the light go off. Penelope, there's a lot going on with the water right now, and I think Penelope just narrowly dodged like a giant piece of rock flying towards her. So she
Mhm.
might be a little distracted, but it's conceivable she would have seen it off to her right. Yeah.
Okay. I would just say in my mind, we're here to help the turtle god. So if you know where she is, that'd be great. Or if you're here to hurt her, you got a problem with us.
When you say that, out of the murky water, it like, you know, the large lamp-like eyes kind of get bigger and bigger. And
The
then
feeling's gone.
see, you see like a beak-like mouth, a kind of rotund body. His head has like a half of a coconut as a helmet on it. And he's carrying a bag and a spear, and he appears to be writing something that looks vaguely Chonkers like. I'm not sure if you've ever encountered one of these before. Something like a bipedal turtle. One could say maybe a tortle.
You know, Freely's been around the world, but canonically, I can't think of it. I've never met one in a game. I mean, he's had an interesting life. You tell me if he's met a turtle before.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
you probably recognize like the Chonkers-esque creature he's riding on. And when you say this, he like says to you, emerging from the depths, "Oh, why? Well, I don't really want to hurt the goddess. I'm actually here to help her out somewhat. I thought maybe y'all were gonna do something, seeing as how you look a bit like sinister types, but then you acted kind of sinister type like. You got my buddy there pretty good. That wasn't very gentlemanly of you."
Well, I mean, I did only hit him the once, though. So, I mean, that's about as gentlemanly as it gets. Just again, for flavor, I would ignite the green flame blade in both swords and like back towards the submersible, kind of, you know, kind of give one of these.
Right.
You know? Yeah.
While he's flagging down the airship, do we hear any of this, or is this all just in Freely's head?
He's hitting Freely with message.
Okay.
Oh, but he can talk on. Well, you tell. Technically, message. I have to be able to talk, so maybe I can't respond because it literally transmits what you say. So
Yeah.
it's DM's prerogative whether or not I can talk back to him,
Well,
or
this
it sounds
creature
like
can
glub glub
speak-
glub glub glub.
Yeah, this creature could speak Aquan.
I know a creature that can't.
You speak primordial though, right? Or do you not?
I speak.
Because
No, I speak
Aquan
celestial.
and primordial
but
are
it's
pretty much
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah,
Freely,
no, I think it was Alyndra and Avren who could
Yeah.
speak Aquan.
Freely's just common and halfling, you know. But I mean, I feel like I can get a friendly vibe off the guy, you know. Like
Yeah.
right.
But you would probably hear like bloop, 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 bloop.
Oh, I know what I could do. In the silt with the green flame blade, I just like carve in the ground, help the turtle goddess, you know, on the ground.
Yeah. He kind of sees that you're struggling. So he kind of like nods and like digs his heels into his strange sort of aquatic dinosaur mount, and you see him shoot up towards the surface. And after what feels like a few minutes, as you all kind of gather around, a very large, almost like a pagoda-esque vessel just hits the bottom of the ocean floor. And you see him kind of standing inside. And he waves you in.
To be clear, before, Alyndra had yet to disembark the vessel, or she had?
Oh, she had.
I had.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. All right. I'm just trying to be clear on where everybody is. Because I know Penelope or Kira and I deployed first and like booked it. But I mean, by now are we, I guess the important question is if Sofieus and Avren departed the vessel or not in this time.
If they see what's happening, they can, I'm assuming they can.
Yeah, we didn't know if we had arrived. Yeah.
Sofieus turns to Avren and says, well, Avren, they've been gone for a pretty long time. I mean, long enough for me to mount this cannon to this vessel. Do you think that I should check with Sir Biswalat to see if they're okay?
I mean, we can. God, there's. It looks like freely flashing green flames again. He's. I don't know.
Is that freely out there? My
He's
eyes
either
are not
really,
so good
really
these
high right
days.
now, or he found something. So it could be either or. He probably ate a barnacle that probably was bad, or a sea urchin. It's the usual thing.
All of a sudden, I hear Sir Biswalat say, meow, 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 which means, get here now! We got to go now, Avren. Sir Biswalat says that they are in trouble.
Okay, yep. All right, that sounds great. Oh, God, I hate being underwater. All right, airlocks.
I'd say, point of fact, I definitely would have left Machete on board because I have no idea what ocean pressure would do to a doll. So
Fair.
yeah, okay.
So Machete is on board?
Yeah, Machete's definitely on board. I wouldn't have brought her out here.
Machete is our co-pilot.
Is Machete okay?
She still is at the same sort of like kind of blinking and more passive than she was before.
Is Machete able to speak?
Not yet. She's not responsive. Not in that way.
I'm gonna turn and look at her and say, I don't know if you're in there still, but we, Avren and I have to go and help our friends. And well, can you stay here and watch the vessel, watch the day for us? We will be back soon.
She just kind of blinks at you passively.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, we just asked Machete to watch Dave.
Yes, that just happened.
As you exit through the airlock, as you do, you make your way to this like sort of, it almost looks like a shark diving cage that's been like dropped. And you see a turtle aboard a plesiosaur, a smaller one, kind of like motioning y'all in.
Oh, inside, yeah.
I have met one turtle historically, but it was a Avernus.
Fair.
A devil turtle. Yeah.
Oh no, it's one of them. They worship death. At least the ones I know.
Death turtles.
Penelope is very excited about this. Penelope is freaking out. She's super stoked.
Once everyone is together, head into whatever this is. Yeah.
Let's keep an eye on him, just because I have a history with this type of turtle man. Just watch out for any kind of death worship.
Raps on the cage twice and like a.
Alyndra looks at Avren, who is not breathing underwater, as an undead, and kind of goes,
What?
Nothing.
He
Is there
raps on the
something on my
cage.
face?
Are you quite finished?
Yes.
He's not though.
For the third time, he raps on the cage twice. You see like a sort of vibration go up through like the thin metal through the coil, and then all of a sudden the cage shoots up at almost like just very rapid speed. Your ears kind of like feel that pressure kind of go up back and forth as you're ascending rapidly.
We're gonna get the bands. Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah, it does not feel nice. It does not feel nice. You shoot up at this like crazy speed, and then suddenly, boosh! You break the surface of the water, and you find yourselves like face to face with several wide-eyed turtles, aboard this like very flat sort of weird vessel with a lot of cages on it, and all of a sudden you see like land very gracefully stepping off of his plesiosaur, a turtle, the turtle that Freely was talking to earlier, say, well, hi there, folks. Welcome to the resistance, I guess, as it were. I'm assuming you're here to help since you didn't try to kill me too much. And he kind of points at Freely.
Yeah, sorry, you were kind of heading towards my friends, so it just sort of,
The resistance.
We weren't sure that you were reinforcements.
But what exactly are we resisting?
Well, turns out that our god is kind of in trouble, yeah?
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, so why did you stop us? We were about to go pew pew pew.
Oh, well, I thought maybe you needed help. You almost got hit by that rock there, so I
Okay.
thought maybe,
Yeah.
maybe
We
you
appreciate
needed
that.
not much sense running through a death corridor like that.
I'm sorry. Who are you?
Oh, me? I'm the sergeant of this here operation. Oh.
Do you have a name?
Oh, yes, that I definitely do. Silas.
Silas.
Well, Silas, my friend here, don't let looks deceive you. He is the chosen one of your god. She's talking to him, and I sensed her location myself, and we were heading that way, and then we ran into you, and now we're up here, so we're on the clock, buddy. What's up?
Oh, well, that's mighty good and all. I think your friend there might be kind of dead, pal.
He's not. It's just an aesthetic. And meanwhile, Orkira has walked on over to the plesiosaur that got injured, and I'm going to do first level cure wounds. He gets 10 hit points back.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, I am kind of dead, so
Like,
or mostly
kinda-
alive. It
kinda
depends.
dead, yeah.
He's
Yeah.
dead
So,
inside.
yes, no, I'm not the turtle chosen one or anything like that. Though I'm sure that's very big amongst your people. I am. I've connected with a turtle
What do you
god.
mean, your people?
There's
mean-
been quite a bit of judgment here.
Well, they're turtle people that worship a giant turtle god.
And you're a humanish person who also worships a giant turtle god. So
I don't worship a turtle
here?
god. I talk to
you
one
did.
on occasion. So that's
Yeah,
and I
That
gave
line
it a
is
great
pretty
sword.
fuzzy.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's in trouble. It's screaming in my head, and it seems to be having trouble breathing in the water.
Yup, we've been working on that. The going's been rough. We lost a lot of people down there.
oh, I'm sorry.
So what?
What is down there?
We
What's
got
fighting?
attacked by a faction of people. Not exactly sure what they are. Know that they're a lot more battle ready than we were, even though I am a bit of a tactician, as it were. But they've got her tied down using these big stakes that they pushed into the ground with a chain that's been sort of weaved between them. We've been trying to pull these stakes up so that she could come to the surface, but it's been tough going. They got some war machines back there and whatnot. We told the missus she should probably just give them what they want. But she's a little bit old and stubborn, and she says she'd rather die than give him her boon.
Oh.
Who are these people?
I'm not sure where they came from, but they've got the gigantic beast down there at the front line.
Oh. Well,
Can
we
you
can take
describe them or the beast?
Yeah, they're kind of like, let me see. They're scaly. They got webbed feet and fins and spears and stuff like that. First, we thought they were maybe here to trade or be peaceful. But then everything happened.
May I do a minor illusion of a merid to see if that's roughly what they look like?
Mm-hmm. You conjure the
Something
image
like this.
of a merid, yeah. No, not quite like that. More fish-like.
No,
I switched to a Kuotoa since we've met several of them.
Not quite that either.
I show up as Sanguine. I forget how to say their names.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Bingo. That fella right there.
Okay, so like kobold, but so much worse and more arms. Yeah. They're
Yeah,
tough.
and they've got a giant creature beast down there.
What does that look like?
Well, that one looks a bit like your feller there, and he points at Griff.
Oh God. It's either a giant octopus or a kraken. So let's all just pray for giant octopus. But it's a kraken.
And it's operating these catapults. We're having trouble getting in close to try to let the lady up.
The Kraken's operating the catapults? Wait, I thought you guys beat the Kraken. Like, you tell me that story all the time about, like, you beat the Kraken and then it kind of came back to life. And
We
then,
did,
like,
and then it became a mind flayer, and then it was a whole
Yeah,
thing.
Well, if
beating and
he
healing
did,
and
how is he loading
comforting
rocks
and
into that there thing?
I don't
Maybe
know. We'll have to ask him.
Maybe it's, well, krakens wouldn't be helping them, so maybe it is a giant octopus or like a baby kraken they've taken control of or something like that. I don't know. That doesn't make sense.
I have an idea because we have an octopus expert. And then I turn and look at Penelope and I'm like, you could be like a normal sized octopus and you could just like swim right up to it. Nobody would even notice because it's the ocean. And then you could be like, oh, hi, Mr. Octopus. Do you want to be my friend? And then like maybe you could solve this whole problem in like 5 minutes.
Did we get a short rest? Okay.
Yeah, we got a short rest on the way over.
Yep.
Okay. Well then, yeah, I could totally do that.
And just for the record, we do have a cannon that I can detonate.
How many of these creatures are there besides the octopus with the catapult?
I think there was only like 3 of them.
Catapus?
Oh,
Catapus.
Maybe. But they've got this sort of like home field advantage, as it were. They laid a trap for her. Oh yeah. They dragged her down. They had everything they needed to chain her up, and when she called for help, when we came to help her, we fell right into their trap.
And they want her boon, and they're insisting on it, and they're not just going to pray to her.
Yeah, no, they didn't seem much like, they didn't even bring flowers. That's kind of
Yeah.
rude, you know.
Oh,
Super
how big
rude.
would you say she is?
Oh, huge.
Oh.
what do
Um,
what do they
Have
want
you
a
never
gun
seen
for?
her? She's beautiful.
No, I've just
No.
been in people's heads all the time.
Oh, she's really quite sweet and kind.
So you've never met these creatures before. You don't. They just but you know that they want this boon. Is there anything else
well,
they
the
want?
the lady's boon is pretty famous. People come here on all types of pilgrimages and try to get it, and sometimes they're lucky enough. They say you get 10 years good luck with the lady's boon.
Okay, so we get one
I
freely.
haven't been booned yet, but I'd like to get booned.
Wait,
Boon seems like a mighty good way to cap off the year.
That's
Well,
a
but-
fun verb.
I mean, Avren, do you like feel anything? Do you feel any different? Because you got her boon. Like, if they're willing to go to war to get it and you've already got it, like, do a divine, Avren. Do it. Do it. And I
Do a
start,
divine. I gave
do
up. I gave up the whole racket. Okay, first off.
I do start poking at him, and I'm like, no, come on, do it. Do it. Do it. You've been blessed by the turtle god. Do it. Come on. Look, everybody's looking at you. Do it right now.
Yeah,
I'd like
I
to
have
see
an
a
idea for
boon.
something divine.
Well, listen, we're
Stop
happy,
poking me.
we're happy to help. Do we want to try to talk to them? Do we want to just attack them, or do we want to try to help? Because we're all here now, so we can try to help free the lady and get her out of the trap.
I think that's probably a good thing because I'm gonna be honest, we're getting kind of desperate here.
I wonder if we can, if we can get close enough, perhaps I can give her water breathing.
Oh, that might help. I mean, she can hold her breath for quite a long time, but you know, she's having a rough time down there.
Then I think
Haven't
we
been
should
able to get
probably
to
get
her really.
moving.
Yeah.
Perhaps
So-
is there anything you have up here that could be useful? Could we rally the troops? Do you have any weapons? Do you have anything that we could use to pin down the octopus? Does anyone here have magic?
Oh, I've got some magic, but it's
What sort of magic do you use?
well, and he you see him kind of put out his hand, and you see a little flower grow from the middle of it. I'm more of a
You're like Penelope.
farmer.
A tactical farmer. Great. Hey,
Does-
I saw a
You
thing
know,
once.
there could be vines that we have grow up around the arms of the creature.
No,
I could maybe do something like that if you could get me in close enough. It's hard.
Everyone starts talking over freely all the time.
but he's gonna just dive off this boat and go, But
So, what you got?
I saw Sal in her shop. She had a thing, and it was like a diving suit, and it was like a big head, and it had like a hose on it. Do you have like a big helmet? Because if we could talk underwater, we can do our magic. Right now we kind of can't talk though. So do you have anything like that? Especially roughly dragonborn head size, because I'm kind of a one-trick pony, and I light up the green flame blade, and I'm like, but my friends here really kind of heavily rely on the things they do.
Well, we've got these little air bladders. Sometimes baby turtles use them until they can learn to, hold their breath. I suppose you could put your mouth in it and speak into it.
I very slowly look at Alyndra and I say, "You want to be a little baby turtle, Alyndra?"
I would like a mouth bladder, please. I will be a baby turtle. Hi.
He hands
Yes,
it to you.
please. Thank you.
He says, all right, you got maybe 3 puffs in there.
Okay. So if I don't have to breathe, if I can just talk, how many puffs do I get?
Well, when you talk, you kind of breathe,
Yeah, but yeah, no, I guess that makes sense. Okay. All right.
Does it look like a whoopee cushion?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, good. Okay, good. You said bladder, and I was immediately
Mhm.
picturing whoopee cushion.
It's
so yes,
almost like
Orkira
it's
is now holding.
membranous, and it's a kind of like a amber color, like a glowy yellow color.
When he druid crafted the flower, did it look like the bunch of flowers that I'd picked up across the?
Oh
dungeon
no,
floor?
I had imagined like a random plumeria.
Oh, okay. Because Orkira had grabbed one of those
Mhm.
bunches of flowers. I was just wondering.
And
if
actually, now
he
you
was
would notice
creating those.
that a lot of them have like hibiscuses and things in their but tucked like on their head somewhere, and they're a little bit more, I guess. Let me think here. Tropical. A lot of their armor is made
Okay,
from like
so-
coconut shells and things like that.
Coconut on the head. You'd
It's a
mentioned, yeah.
perfect size,
so-
and you hear him go.
I can appreciate that. Besides not being able to breathe, is the lady okay? Or is she like injured or something?
I don't know. Haven't been able to take a good look. See. She's pretty strong
Okay.
though. They figured out the one thing that kind of catches her up.
An octopus with a
So
catapult?
Alyndra,
Well, no, not being able to, like, having to hold your breath underwater. This siege has been going on
Cephalopult.
quite a while.
Well, then we have to hurry.
yeah.
Yes. So the plan is Alyndra's going to try and water breathe the lady. Penelope, you tell me if you're going to try and talk to the octopus. And I guess Avren, Sofieus, Orkira, and I do violence on the aquatic kobold people.
Well, they're not kobolds. I can create an illusion that kind of maybe would distract them or make them afraid also.
I'll go with Alyndra at first and try to protect her as she's getting towards the lady, and then we can join you in the violence. But I'll go with you first and try to give you some cover, because I think as soon as the lady can breathe, that's going to take a little bit of the pressure off, and then we can be more tactical about things.
Alyndra, can't you go invisible?
Not today.
Uh,
I don't believe. I don't believe.
Oh, Alyndra, do you
Yeah.
want a piece of my invisibility gum?
Yes, that would be lovely.
Yep. Okay, here you go. All you had to do was ask.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Excellent. So we have that squared away. We're going to go there. We'll make sure to get the water breathing on the goddess, and then we will attack. Penelope, do you recall the spell you used to keep the dragons grounded?
Oh, yeah.
Does that work underwater? Would
Oh,
it bind them
probably.
to the floor?
Yeah, quite possibly, yeah. Maybe. I don't know. It works with things that fly. I guess things in water, they could be kind of flying. I don't know. I think it would work.
Might be worth a try.
Okay.
Are you going to try to talk to the octopus first, or is
Yeah.
this just...
Yeah,
Okay,
I
all
like
right.
talking.
Okay. Good to know.
all right. So
right.
team distraction, team breathe, team diplomacy with the turtle. I mean octopus. I think we have our assignments. That's
So, I have a quick question. Is this cage quite large, or would you say it is roughly just large enough to keep the lady inside without allowing her to move very much?
Wait, the cage that you came up in, or
So the lady that we're talking about, they're trapped
Mhm.
in a cage
the
currently,
turtle,
right?
the turtle god.
no? There's like stakes that have been driven into the ocean floor, and there's like a chain, sort of like netted
Oh,
around
okay.
it. Mhm.
Uh,
Alyndra, if you're going to go invisible, do you still want me to come with?
Yes, because it's
Okay.
always better to have people not alone.
I will continue to distract, and then if things go bad, I can do some healing and protection.
I think so.
Penelope, if you do, make a good impression on the octopus, maybe you can convince it to dig for you, like around the ropes holding down, or the chains holding down the goddess,
Okay.
and that might help. And if not, you're good with dirt. Remember that time? Yeah, and sickle. Yeah, I'm still getting bills for that. Yeah, then that might work.
All right. So, what is our order of operation here?
Alyndra, quick note.
Yes.
With the invisibility gum, you must take it
I
right
knew there
now.
was-
You must take it right now. You have to be close to me when you do take it.
If I get further away from you, is it going to be a problem?
No, it will last. But you have
Alright.
to be near me when you initiate it.
All right.
I just like to watch how much people enjoy my gums. Yeah, I make it myself.
Have we? Has this been tested?
Many
before?
times on both Avren and I.
I have a whole wad of it, but I haven't had
And-
any because I've saved it for the Phoenix.
Has anyone other than the two of you tested it?
Orkira
that hurts.
has it. She hasn't.
I mean, I've
Tested it,
watched,
but-
I have watched like 4 or 5 people chew it, and it didn't blow anyone's head off. Our old friend Callie was
all right.
warforged, and she survived.
Alyndra, have I ever
Excellent.
put you in
Excellent.
harm's way?
I
I think that
Do I
I have
really
taken
have
you
to-
out of harm's way many times, if you remember.
Mhm.
There's
And
that whole God War thing. Yeah.
if you
yeah.
want to go invisible, unfortunately, it only works if you eat it in front of me. As I say,
Alright.
I'm very excited to see how you enjoy the taste of this gum.
All right.
Do it, do it, do
It's gonna be
it.
bubblegum flavor. It's gonna be great.
I'm so excited, Avren. I've been working so hard on this recipe ever since I found out what her favorite
I'm
thing
getting
is.
more
She
nervous.
does keep a lot of tentacles around for just such an occasion. No, do it.
I've never
Alyndra, go.
used such a thing.
Hold your nose. It will be better.
Yay!
It tastes like pudding. Alyndra's pudding. It's a special recipe just for Alyndra. Pudding
Aw.
flavored gum. What do you think?
It tastes it actually tastes not terrible.
Oh, where'd you go?
It's quite
Are you still here? Can you say something?
This like peekaboo when she was a kid.
Oh, you're being very
Where did she
sneaky.
go? Where did she go?
I look at my hands. Are they still there?
As soon as you put the gum in your mouth, you're completely invisible.
Okay.
I think probably Penelope's in first because I think she's just gonna move the fastest as an octopus, and then we gotta give Alyndra as much of a chance as she can to get to the turtle. And if things go wrong, be ready to do what we do.
Alyndra, do you have a hanky, a scarf, a piece of clothing, or something I can like grab onto because I can't see you, and so following you and
yes.
protecting you is gonna be hard.
Yes. I can. Sure. I can pull a piece of rope out or something that you can have.
Perfect.
Grab hold of.
Yeah. Just because I can't see you, but I need to stay close. So.
Right.
I'm gonna summon a major illusion of a chonker. Maybe that will scare them.
Okay, so
My boy.
just so I know
Aw.
what everyone's doing. So Penelope and Freely, are you both going to go see what's operating the siege weapons?
Well, I cannot wild shape, so I mean, I'm gonna head that direction, I guess, stealthily to be ready to, do what I do.
Mhm.
But the plan is to not attack until both Penelope and Alyndra theoretically have a chance to do their thing, just to be ready to attack.
Okay, Alyndra, what were you?
Protect as well as attack.
Sweet. Were you also going for the siege weaponry?
I suppose so. I want to get the closest I can to the
Mhm.
goddess.
Oh, right.
Um,
Okay. Yeah. To her
So
face, I'm
what
assuming.
I need is I need to get within 60 feet because then I can misty step if I really have to. I'll
Okay.
lose invisibility, but I will I'll get close enough to cast. Otherwise, I would love to have it ready to go.
Sounds amazing. And what was everyone else doing?
I'm gonna follow Alyndra and try to protect her as best as possible, and also maybe be a bit of a distraction. And I'll remind Alyndra, I'm like, if you can, try to stay within 30 feet of me, and that way, if someone tries to attack you, I can help.
Sounds
okay?
good.
Okay.
I'm gonna feed her because she looks like she might be hungry. She's been shackled up for a while.
Okay. So you're going to be going with Alyndra then?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Avren?
I'm actually going to create once I get within 120 feet, I'm going to create an illusion of a bronze dragon, I believe. It's it's an illusion where it smells like it, it sounds like it can scream the whole 9 yards. And bronze dragons are known to go around in the water, I believe. So yeah, I'm going to create an illusion of that, having it swooped down onto the Saguians, but not trying to touch them necessarily. just scare them. Just get them to focus as a distraction.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna take this as like a you're war rooming and you have a plan and you're gonna execute it. So you will get to act first, regardless of how everything else on the table rolls. But let's go ahead and get some initiative rolls to see how quickly, like who kind of gets to go first in this scenario.
I just had to Google what a Sagouin is. This is kind of terrible, and you all should look it up. Yeah.
It's a hooligan.
So
It's a hooligan.
Alyndra has
That's
a
the what again?
20.
What's this
Yeah, I
initiative?
think I'd heard Sawagin, I think is how it's on one of the other
Sawagin.
books. Sawagin. So
Sawagin's
Alyndra's a
probably right.
20 and Griff is a...
That is a dirty 20 for Freely.
Okay.
Yeah, mine is also a dirty 20.
Who has a better dex modifier?
Freely.
Probably Freely.
Okay.
I'm a +2.
+3.
Okay, so Freely will go first.
He's a quick boy.
Sorry, was that everybody who had to make a roll?
Yes.
I got a 7.
Okay.
Griff is a 17.
Orkira's a 3.
I'm not gonna revisit my trauma of the Murlocs, but Jasmine, you didn't have to do me like this. That's all I'm gonna say.
We're in the water, so
I was gonna say we're in an aquatic environment.
There's a lot of things. There's a lot of ways this could have gone that were not this. That's all I'm saying. That's it's okay. It's all right. We're good.
The official call is Sahuagin.
Sahuagin.
let's look it up on D&D Beyond.
I am 13. I'm initiative 13.
I am a
Okay.
23.
Oof, coming in hot.
So you 13 and 23?
Mhm.
Okay, so just to make sure I have everything right, it's going to be Penelope, Freely, Alyndra.
Can I volunteer to allow Alyndra to go before me because we were tied? Because the whole point is her part of the plan is
Yeah.
supposed to happen before the violence. So
Sure, yeah. So we'll do Penelope, Alyndra, because I'm nice. Freely, Griff, and then it'll be Avren, Sofieus, Orkira.
And Sir Biswalat has the same initiative as me, so we can both go at
Okay.
the same time. If he does anything.
Perfect. Yeah, there we go. And then let me just add that here too. I like to write it down on paper because sometimes like I'll accidentally refresh the page.
I've done
no.
that. Yep. It sucks.
again,
Super sucks.
Hey, how many times I've deleted my notes?
who among us hasn't?
While you're doing that, and as we're prepping to go, Orkira will look at Sofieus and say, I'm really bad at stealth. Do you want to try to stealth, or are we just going in being distraction for Alyndra?
Oh, I wish I thought of this ahead of time because I can only make one person invisible at a time, including myself.
No, that's fine. I think you made the right decision. I'm just I'm thinking of casting some light before we go, but then I'm gonna be a giant beacon, and I'm okay with me being a giant beacon. But now that you're coming along, I didn't want you to be a giant beacon, so I'm asking your permission to beacon.
I would love to be a beacon with you.
Beacon.
All right, I will. Before we dive into the water, I will cast light on my book, and so now I've got a light source that is bright light,
Perfect.
and I will have book in one hand and bladder of air in the other.
All right. We're all set up. Okay, Penelope, lead the way. What does
Okay.
this look like?
So Freely's coming with me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay.
But he is some ways behind you because I believe the plan is to let you go ahead and do your thing.
Okay.
And he's just there as insurance. But correct me if I'm wrong, B-Dave.
Yes, that is correct. But are they delivering us back to the bottom of the ocean in this shark cage, or are we coming off the boat?
If you want.
And we still have water
It's up to
breathing?
you.
Yeah.
Coming
24
off the
hours.
boat, you won't
Hmm.
have to move your normal movement speed. However, you will have to do a constitution roll because this cage kind of just drops. And you would know that based off of how quickly or how brutally you were pulled up.
Now
If
that
that makes sense.
now that we're up here, do we know like what the source of the wreckage and all the violence down on the bottom is? Is that them catapulting at the goddess? Is what the
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean-
From your understanding, basically, they have her pinned down there, and I guess like in his own slow, halting way, because he does talk very upsettingly slow. Silas kind of explained to you all that they came, that like initially the like a envoy of these three creatures came and demanded her boon. She said no, screw you. And then a few days later, they came back and they pulled her to the bottom of the ocean. Silas's theory on this is that they used whatever giant sea creature they had to help them do it. And some of it was timing, because sometimes she drifts down to the bottom of the ocean and she comes back up. But they timed it such that as soon as she got down there, they held her down for just a brief second and then just had these stakes ready to go, threaded a chain between them. And she's been stuck ever since, because turtles, shocker, turtles aren't great at push-ups.
Wild. I mean, I know
know
more
that.
that would beg to differ, but is then
Yeah.
all things being equal, I think coming down from above them or behind them is probably optimal then, wouldn't you all think? AKA come off the boat, don't drop
we
back
could
down in front of the
We
Hmm.
could probably help you with some kind of surprise attack if you wanted us to. If you want us to get close to where those nasty fellers are at, gonna have to be careful, because they're posted up near her face. And let me tell ya, she is a feisty one right now. She's a snapping and a squalling at them. And they've
for
been
her.
trying to wear her down for, let's see when all this trouble started. About 2 weeks.
Yeah, we're gonna go wear them down. Yeah.
We
mhm.
we don't necessarily need you to fight, but we could use your help trying to get the stakes out of the ground. While we do, well,
You
the
can make
dangerous stuff.
sure that our cages, and now you notice like you're kind of on like a makeshift platform that's been constructed. If you can figure out a way for us to drop our cages behind enemy lines without that weird slingshot taking us out, we can help get those stakes up.
Orkira, you're good at light. Would a
Penelope's good at
beacon help?
casting things that could entangle the arms.
Well, I'm gonna be following Alyndra. I thought we were sending Penelope. Aren't you going to talk to the octopus first?
Yeah, no, the plan is still the plan. It's just whether or not we were trying to descend to the ocean floor and make our way or come off the boat towards
Yeah.
them. And it's looking like off the boat is probably
Penelope, could
optimal.
you pin the arms of the creature so that it can't attack us, and then we could drop down the cages?
I mean, possibly. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, what order are we doing this in?
You're going to go, well, I think if it's a giant monster, she's just a little octopus. It was to talk to the giant monster and see if she could reason with it, I think was the plan.
If anyone can, it's Penelope.
Yeah.
It's true.
Mhm.
And
Yep.
if that doesn't work, plan B is big flare in the air, well, not the air, the water, and they drop the cages on that location.
Something to be aware of. Don't forget that octopuses and other cephalopods are able to cast an ink cloud, which might make things more difficult. So we might want to use some sort of way of tracking this thing, or tracking each other should we need to. Says invisible Alyndra from nowhere.
The swords light up with the green flame. I'm like, if it inks and runs, we're probably not doing too bad. All right, let's go. Go team. Operation Goddess Rescue is a go, and jumps over.
Okay, so do you, just so I know, do you want them to drop the cages and drop down with you?
I think we probably want them to wait, right? Like
I think the plan was wait.
Hold one
yeah.
turn?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Make a note of that.
we're gonna help Alyndra get to the turtle to do the water breathing no matter what, because she's in trouble, and Penelope's gonna go try to chat. And if all of that goes bad, then we unleash on the ocean floor in bright lights of
Yeah.
fire and
Yeah.
stuff.
So we'll have them actually go on Orkira's turn, since you're going last. We'll have you guys be sort of the backup. If everything goes wrong, turtle reinforcements along with Orkira will drop down, And then if you want to try to create some way to make sure that the cages don't get hit, you'll have an opportunity to do that then. Does that sound good?
I mean, I can help stop one thing from being hit that's within 30 feet of me. I was going to do that with Alyndra, but I'll do that with any turtles who are around. Sure.
Hopefully the bronze dragon distracts them.
Yeah. Or the boat itself. They
What?
don't want the boat to sink. Yeah.
I'm going to make a fake bronze dragon. It'll be
Oh,
okay. It's
okay.
not real. Don't worry. You're not going to get into an argument with it. It's going to be fine.
Okay.
As you prepare to sort of take the lead on this, Penelope, you do see like some turtles nervously introduce themselves to Orkira. Hi, I'm Wave Shaper Anaria, and I'm very excited to serve under you, Madam Commander.
Oh, I'm not a commander, but it's very nice to meet you. Hi, Orkira Ildrex. I'll just kind of really quickly point at everybody and introduce everybody. Wave Shaper, is that a name or a title?
It's that I can shape the waves.
Oh, that's cool. Penelope can too when she's not an octopus. And I'll point out at Penelope again, who I don't know if you already wild shaped.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Yeah. See, she's gonna turn into an octopus, and it's gonna be pretty fun. Watch.
She waves at you.
She prefers Lord Marshal Orkira.
I can shape waves.
I mean, technically, if you want to give me a title, my title is High Priest of the Phoenix, but I don't think any of you pray to the Phoenix, so it's fine. You can just call me Orkira.
You hear them like start talking to you like, what's a phoenix? Does that live in the water? And that'll be the last thing you hear, Penelope.
And this is why she goes last. She gets very distracted. Like, well, actually, no. And then, yeah.
We like fire too, is like the last thing, I guess you hear, Penelope. All right, what do you do?
So we're going in.
Yeah, you get to go first with that 23.
All right. So so Freely's coming with me, but he's staying far away, so I won't cast Pass Without Trace because he'll be too far away. So I guess there isn't another concentration spell I need to do, so I'll just go ahead and wild shape into an octopus. You just see Penelope do this, and then suddenly she has more tentacles, and she goes bloop, 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 poof, and she's an octopus.
Perfect. You land with a plop in the water. Your swim speed is pretty great, right?
It's 30 feet. It's not,
Okay.
Sadly.
Yeah. But like I said, you get to go first, and you can double your movement here.
Okay.
I think last episode I said you were 120 feet up. So let's go ahead and say, especially because you're kind of like on a, for lack of a better word, like what are those ships called that they launch like airplanes from?
Aircraft carrier?
Aircraft
Yeah.
carriers.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're kind of on a personnel carrier. So they give you a pretty good idea of where to dive, or like where underneath you the creature is posted up. So if you go double your movement straight down, you're actually within 60 feet of it. And here the water is like, it's very agitated. And in fact, at 60 feet, you might actually be able to see it. You can see just like the tip of a tentacle here and there lifting something. And you hear a sound in the water, almost like a rubber band snapping.
Oh boy. I guess 60 feet's still pretty far. I guess I'll have to wait another turn. I guess she'll go ahead and say, hello, bloop, 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 hello, bloop, bloop, bloop. That's her octopus speak. If she can communicate with this thing, that's her.
Mhm. Yeah. Give me a charisma check or a
I
nature
really want to
check.
see 8-arm sign language now.
Mm.
Nature or charisma? Which one?
Mhm. Whichever one you think you're using more. Are you using your knowledge of sea creatures, or are you just trying to be Penelope?
I think I'm trying to be Penelope.
Okay, charisma then.
Okay, charisma. It's a 19.
Oh, perfect. You hear like a deep rumbling from the ocean back. Let's see. In your octopus form, do the languages you speak change?
Doesn't say so.
Oh, actually, you know what though? This creature actually has telepathy, so you would hear it in your mind. And you hear a voice say, "Hi."
Oh, hello.
Hi.
What's your name?
Barry.
Larry? Okay. Okay. What are you doing?
Playing.
Oh, what game are you playing? Because it seems very dangerous.
It's not. It's I'll play it.
Oh.
I just feel like they're having this wonderful exchange and freely just streaks past.
And you see like a tentacle kind of like look at you a little bit.
Oh, hello, waving tentacles.
And that'll be where we leave Penelope halfway to her destination. Well, the 19's a pretty good roll though.
Always
Alyndra.
choose to be Penelope.
So Alyndra, it's your turn.
I will start dropping down towards the turtle goddess to try and get within range to cast water breathing.
Okay, perfect. Are you dropping in a cage?
Orkira, do you want to drop in a cage? We're invisible, or I'm invisible, so.
Yeah, I don't move very fast, but if I'm in one of the cages, I can't see anything to protect you all.
So I think
I'd rather not.
we're out of the cages then.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna stay like at least 30 feet away so I don't give you away with,
She holds up her book with light on it.
Then
good luck.
Then I suppose I'm dropping down.
Okay, perfect. So wait, so in the cage or not in the cage?
Not in the cage.
Not in the cage. Okay. So you see kind of like large pieces of, like I said, chunks of rock and boulders and pieces of the ocean floor, pieces of coral flying like in a weird, not really in an arc so much as like almost like it's a flattened arc or a flattened parabolic shape, if that makes sense. Parabola, that's the word I'm looking for. But none of them are aiming at you because you're invisible. So you're actually able to go down fairly safely. What is your swim speed?
My swim speed is I don't know. I don't know if I have a swim speed.
This is how we.
Yeah, then it's 15.
Doesn't know how to swim.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't specialize in it, but it's half my walking speed, so
I think
it's
it's half
15.
walking. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're also thinking of like. Okay.
Oh, actually, yeah. Sorry. While climbing or swimming, each foot of movement costs 1 extra foot. So yeah, it's half.
True.
We could say that since you're dropping straight down, this is more of a dive than a lateral swim, at least in my mind. So let's do an acrobatics check to see what your form is like.
Okay. 14.
14, and go ahead and add that to a. So I'm trying to think. I was going to have you multiply that by a D4, but I don't know. I don't know if that's just me doing random math or if that makes any sense. Let's just do it.
It's your world. You are in charge.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a D4 and just multiply it by your 14. My mind is chaotic.
Alyndra has a very
times
big brain.
1, so it's 14.
Yeah. So.
Okay. So yeah, you move, you do like a little flourish and dive down. And the water is just so thick and agitated that you don't make it that far. So you only go down about 14 feet. However, you can move.
Can I press
towards-
to digitate it to clear it at all?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And
Maybe
that
I'll
would
do that.
definitely give you advantage on your second roll if you want to
Cool.
use your second movement to get further.
Prestidigitation requires
except
verbal.
it would mean I have to lose my invisibility. Never mind, I can't.
Okay.
Then I keep going, I guess.
Okay.
Very slowly.
Same deal. Go ahead and do a acrobatics roll with and then multiply whatever you roll by a d4.
Times. 34.
34. Okay. So once you dive in, the dive is kind of not great, but then you kind of get your bearing in the water and you push with a more finesse than the first time. You kind of acclimate to the strange current and you move another 34 feet directly straight down below you. That puts you at, so it was 34 and what was the first one? 14, I
14.
think? So you're at 48.
So 48
You're
feet.
at 48
Mhm.
feet down. At this angle, you still can't really see your target, but you do see this sort of like mountain that everyone is, or that your Griff kind of like let you know about when he initially did the reconnaissance. And you can actually see, now you're close enough, and you'd smell it too, like a sulfur in the water. And
good.
the water's a little bit warm as well.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a roiling, and you can see the very tippy top peaks of what looks to be almost like a geyser or some type of volcanic formation underneath you.
Great. Great.
Freely, your turn.
It's diving also. I'm gonna not extend the moon blade because I'm supposed to be subtle here, but heading after Penelope best that I can to get in position.
Okay.
It was the same D20, D4.
Yeah. I would say
that is 21 feet off the dive.
oh yeah. Freely's a good driver.
The halfling
Good
jackknife.
driver, good diver. Yeah, perfect. Through the water with the finesse and smoothness that is unparalleled.
In again, same thing again.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Another 20 feet because I'm trying to be sneaky. You see, I'm trying to be be careful coming up on him.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you're able to cut through the water like very gracefully, and you dive down silently and completely unnoticed. You see Penelope ahead of you, but you haven't reached her yet because her movement speed was a bit better.
Okay.
And then it is, let's see, Avren's turn.
I got a natural 20.
On your dive?
Yay!
Yeah.
Very
on
nice.
athletics.
Very
It's a
nice.
total of 27.
Yahoo!
Fantastic.
I have the screenshot to prove it.
No, I believe it.
No, I collect them. I'm weird.
Oh, you're not. I do the exact same thing. It's so
You
much fun to
collect
be
your
like,
20s?
Yeah.
my
Oh, that's
gosh,
cute.
funny.
I have a
I for-
gallery called 20s.
I actually forgot that was athletics. So I'm supposed to go 12 more feet. Sorry, I didn't add anything.
yeah, you're fine.
Okay, sorry. All right. Okay. Go ahead. Yes.
We're celebrating my 20. Oh yeah, so someone wins
You
a
see, you have
legendary.
nothing I cannot take
Someone
from
wins a
you,
legendary
Todd.
bundle.
Yoo-hoo!
Yay,
All right, I'm
legendary
gonna roll a
bundle.
d4. That took a while, and I got a 4. So 4 times
Mhm.
27. So math.
So yeah. So as
128.
Thank
100
you.
yeah. as you're like, this is interesting. So in my mind's eye, this isn't even a dive so much as it's just a corpse dropping to the bottom of the ocean, like with cinder blocks attached to its feet. It's almost eerie as it shoots past you, Alyndra, because it is just kind of like someone took somebody, tied bags of
was
sand to
that?
their feet and threw them into
Is
the
that a
tank
rock?
feet first.
Right when I dive, I want to do like a spin and then fall and just look at Sofieus and go, "You complete me." Just-
Oh, don't die again.
I won't.
Yeah. And you land with a
What is dead
thud
may never die.
at the
True.
bottom of the ocean. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I got here way quicker than I thought.
Because you dropped. Yeah, I was gonna say you dropped rapidly, so it's almost like dropping in one of those chain tubes a little bit.
You know, now at the risk of being meta, if he doesn't breathe, can he get the bins? Because the whole point is the gas.
Yeah,
but he
no.
doesn't
To
have
me, it's
any.
more of like the impact of landing.
It was a 4.
Okay.
To even out the universe, I did get a 4 on my Constitution saving
If you
throw.
don't stick it perfectly, it's more of a belly flop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So you land with a thud on the ocean floor. You only I only rolled a couple for flavor. So you only take 4 bludgeoning damage as you land unceremoniously. It's like a heel bruise. You just you land boots first, not even, on your butt. You land just junk with like a crunching weird sound.
Oh, you just roll your ankle on the ocean floor a bit.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I pop
of
whatever
jarring.
my knee back into its socket. I'm like, that's not gonna age well.
And yeah, you still have an action. So when you drop, you look around you and you actually see. Okay, so you drop near where Alyndra was. So you actually see these large, like almost turquoise eyes, and they look like they contain galaxies as they peer out at you from the ocean deeps. And there is a roiling, and you see this maw open and try to struggle. You hear underground, or underwater, I should say, the clink of chains as like they groan and try to like push against this. And you hear like a as it like moves. And when it does, like the entire, like you almost feel a wave like push you back, like because this creature is so large. To give you context of how big it is, its eyes, you could stand full to your length and stand and be the size of its eye. And you hear it, and then you also actually hear and see some commotion to the front of you, off to your left. You see 4 of the creatures that were described to you by the turtles on the raft above, and you see them actually casting or writing arcane sigils into the ground and attempting to cast some type of message as they try to do war with this giant creature.
How far away are they from me?
I would say, let's see, well, I guess it depends on like how accurately you dropped, but you got a very good roll. So I would say you land right behind them.
Oh, so like I'm
within
on the
40
same
feet.
platform as them?
Yeah, so yeah, you're on the same plane as them, and they're about 40 feet to the front of you and the left, and directly in front of you, just see these large eyes that kind of almost light up this part of the ocean floor.
Oh, decisions. And so so are they in like tight proximity, would we say? The ones that are casting these spells?
They aren't facing you. So, or are they in tight proximity to each other?
Yeah.
2 are in the front and they're holding spears, and then 2 are in the back and they seem to be the leadership.
I try to reach out because I see the turtle god finally, and I'm just trying to. I know it's not really like quite sending or anything, but like I'm just trying to like connect with it.
Yeah. Let's see. Give me a.
Just to let it know.
Let's actually
just to let it
roll
know I'm
its
here.
perception, because it might be able to see you.
Okay. Do you need me to roll anything?
No, I'm gonna roll for her. Oh, she's very distracted. I got a 3.
I mean, that's fair.
You try to catch her eye, and you realize like her brow is almost furrowed. Like the eyes go from like wide to like almost like that kind of angry shape as she like fights with renewed vigor, almost like with a desperation. And as she does, like the whole floor shakes as she tries to like bring her head down on 2 of these Sahagwins, like sort of in front of you. They leap out of the way, and one of them takes a jab at her, and you just see her like kind of furrow her brow and try to like continue like fighting them with her, basically with her arms tied behind her back.
Oh boy. I don't want to screw this up for everyone in the game. Does everyone feel like I have a tactical advantage just as people?
We'd be meta. We don't know what's happening.
Let's get crazy.
It's up to you.
Do you see the octopus?
No, I don't.
That would be
I'll
on
do
the far side, and this creature is huge. And actually, Avren, you would see this now. The island that disappears. I feel like you would piece this together. It is her. On her back, you see volcanic ranges, and like it.
Oh wow.
She is the size of an island.
I apologize for my something. I was not prepared to be in the right position at any point. I'm very terrified of this scenario. So I am going to go up to them real nimbly bimbly. And I'm going to cast Hunger of Hadar on all of them.
Perfect. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's a 20-foot radius. I can cast it from 150 feet away. I open up a gateway to the darkness between the stars itself. The entire place is magical darkness. On top of that, they hear slurping and whispering sounds, and tentacles, slimy white tentacles, wrap themselves around them.
Yeah. So with the 20-foot radius, like I said, there's 2 that are closer to her, and then there's 2 that are kind of shouting orders from behind. You could hit either group.
I want the executive staff.
Okay. So
I want the
tentacles
leaders.
burst up. These like otherworldly abyssal tentacles burst up from the back of these creatures and grabs them. I believe they make a dexterity saving throw to see if they get
so it doesn't
entangled.
It doesn't entangle them. They have to make a saving throw. No, they
Oh,
do.
I'm thinking
No, you're
of
right. They still dexterity 14 though. You're
Okay.
right. So they need a dexterity saving throw.
Let's see here. I'm also confusing it with Evard's black tentacles.
I know
think.
there's a lot of tentacle spells.
Yeah.
So any
And yet
creatures.
somehow still not enough.
Yeah.
So one gets a 9, the other gets a 18.
Oof. All right. Any creature that starts its turn in there will take 2d6 cold damage. Any creature that ends its turn in there is going to have to make a dexterity saving throw. Oh, okay. That's where the dexterity saving throw is.
Okay.
They'll take 2d6 acid damage if it's at the end of its turn. But right now they're effectively blinded and in darkness.
Perfect. Okay, so we'll make those rolls later. So yeah, you catch both of them in this sort of pitch black orb that forms in front of you. And I think on their next turn, then they'll be lost in this like sort of darkness. Sofieus.
Sofieus and Orkira are still standing pretty close to each other, right?
Yes, still both of you are on this like sort of raft. Yeah.
Okay.
Which, I called it a personnel carrier, which is really just a ship. But it's a forward operating base is what it is.
Tiny aircraft
A
carrier.
launching
but for
platform. Yeah.
creatures.
For turtles and cages. Because it makes sense somehow.
I love this
No,
whole
immediately
thing.
that's what I thought you were talking about. It's a
Okay.
transport.
Well,
It's
now I
a-
want a
it's
submarine with torpedo
transport carrier.
tubes for turtles.
I'm kind of picturing like Waterworld except cooler.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yes. You're in my brain. You get it. You're in my brain.
Okay, thank you. That's a really good mental image.
Yeah.
Sir Biswalot is growing very quickly. He has his 2 tentacle-like tusks back. He has his head formed, his neck. However, it is just his feet protruding from his neck.
Torso's not there yet.
Torso's not there yet.
Mhm.
So I'm just going to say to Sir Biswalot, meow meow, which means I'm going to throw you now. Swim well. So I'm going to, swirl him by his tentacle and go boop.
Okay.
And then I'm going to turn around and say to Orkira, last one is a rotten egg, but you know what? I feel like whoever came up with that sentiment is just insecure because you get the most time to think about your next plan of attack. So best of luck to you. And she dives into
Okay, perfect.
the ocean.
This is going to be the same thing. An athletics roll, unless you're trying to do this dexterously.
13.
Okay, perfect. Times D4. Because otherwise there would
Times
just
D4.
Yeah, because otherwise there would just be like 4 rounds of movement before they even see you, and that's boring.
So I rolled a 4. So
Mhm.
So that's 13 times 4.
Yes. So that's 52.
Wow, you're
52.
good. Is that what
Um,
I believe you?
yeah, so you shoot down 52 feet. And
That's
then
correct. Yeah.
yeah, so at 52 feet, you see like the same thing that Alyndra saw. You see like the peaks of the volcanoes in front of you. You can feel the water moving. You feel a heat and like you can smell the sulfur, but the water's so agitated and there's so much like sediment that you don't actually see everybody else yet. You might actually see Alyndra though, like probably off to your left a little bit.
Is she invisible?
Oh, actually, no, you don't see Alyndra.
Alyndra, are you down here? Alyndra, Lindy!
You
Are
get
you
no
here?
response.
You can't talk
Okay.
underwater.
You can use your second movement to dive deeper, if you so wish.
I will do that.
Okay, perfect. Same roll.
So that's a 5 times D4?
Yep.
Okay. So that's a 5 times 3, so 15.
An extra 15 feet. So you get a little bit further down. You're at 67 feet. So you're halfway to a little bit over halfway to the ocean floor.
I know I'm underwater, but I feel like I smell pudding somewhere. Alyndra! Are you here?
Alyndra's like, when your beloved family visits and you weren't expecting it, so you keep the lights off and try to pretend you're not home in the hopes that maybe they'll keep driving. That's Alyndra right now. Like, turn the TV off, dive underneath the couch,
She sees me arrive unexpectedly with all of my luggage.
pull into the driveway. And she's like,
No. No, thanks.
Sorry, Mom, I was on vacation. I was away that weekend.
You sound high. How are you even smoking?
What?
Alyndra, why are your
No.
eyes glassy and red? I thought I raised
My
you
eyes are always
better
like
than
this. I don't
Oh,
know
that's
what you're
right.
talking-
Whittle raised you.
So what did you
That
put in that
explains
gum?
Everything.
That wasn't Alyndra at all. That was definitely not Alyndra saying those things.
No judgment.
Orkira Ildrax.
Hi. I'll look over at Wave Shaper and Naria and say, "Oh, I think it's my turn. Okay, I gotta go. Bye." And I will dive on in.
Okay. Good
Um,
luck. We'll see
thanks.
you down there.
And so I did my first acrobatics roll to see how far I got. And so I rolled a 15 and a 2. So that's 30 on my first movement. Is that enough to see the chains?
No, you're going to have to get to 50 to 60 feet.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, I need to get within 60 feet. That's kind of the goal is
Yeah.
60. So I will use my action to also move. And so, I rolled a 19.
Ooh,
Let's
very
see what
nice.
the D4 is. It's a 1. So I move. Well, so I get a 23 on my acrobatics check. So I move 23 more feet.
Perfect.
Is that close enough?
Yeah. Because
Awesome.
you rolled 20 on the first one too, right? Or 30. You moved 30 feet.
I rolled 30 because I rolled better on the D4.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you're at 53 feet. Yeah. You can see down below you like a dark sort of cord that you think to yourself is probably a chain.
Perfect.
60 feet down.
So
Just out of
Orkira,
well, I guess 70 feet down for you because you're no 60. Okay, because you're at 53 feet. Correct.
I did 30 and then 40, 50. Yeah, 53.
Okay, so you're 67 feet away from the chain.
Okay, I'm still gonna do this though.
Okay.
Because so Orkira is the distraction, and so you see her dive on in, and this is one of the few times where she actually does use her tail. It doesn't get her any faster because she still has like very very little movement. But she's kind of swimming through the water, almost like a crocodile with her tail. But she's
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Like a rudder.
A little bit, like that's what she's using to move because she's got the
Mhm.
bladder in one hand and the book in the other. When she gets her full movement, she's gonna take a of the air, and
Mhm.
I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon,
Ooh,
which can
okay.
show up within 60 feet of me and is a bonus action and is not concentration. So I'm gonna place it 60 feet ahead of me as close as possible
Mhm.
to the chain.
Yeah.
And so little phoenix in it's force damage, but it's a little phoenix that shows up underwater, and so it almost kind of looks like it's burning underwater. So a
Mhm.
weird optical illusion, but it's not quite close enough to actually attack the chain. So
Perfect.
on my next turn, I can move it 20 feet, and I'm gonna go for it. So yeah, I've got book. I'm a big gold dragonborn. I got the phoenix going. I am a giant distraction.
Perfect. So you drop this like sort of great distraction, and as discussed earlier, you start to hear and see the chains behind you drop, and you start to see your sort of drop troopers come in as you lead the charge for them. As this happens, it's the top of the round and it's Penelope's turn. Penelope, you see these like chains kind of drop and then like really far out in front of you. In fact, some of your vision of it would be a little bit obscured because it's kind of on the other side of this turtle. And you see like the tentacles underneath you kind of work with renewed vigor or like start to recalibrate and maybe take aim at these. It is your turn.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What are you doing there? What you doing?
I played.
Okay,
Got it.
let's play a different game, okay?
Oh, I like this. I like this one. Do you move closer, by the way?
Yes, I will move
Okay.
30 feet closer.
So as you move 30 feet closer, you actually, because now you're 90 feet down. So yeah, it's 30 feet away from you. Nestled in kind of like this like strange like half hole, you see a pale pink creature with one large eye. The other one is kind of like shut, and it has like a very scintillating kind of hair coming off, or I guess fin coming off the middle and off the sides, and it has 6 very large arms. And you might actually recognize this. This isn't a juvenile kraken. This is a baby kraken.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is what's
And one
throwing
big
the
eye
rocks?
you see
Okay.
its arms feverishly grabbing whatever is around it, piles of which have been assembled, and loading them into these like almost these like a slingshot. Like it takes, you see it take like this like sort of braided sea kelp and
Mhm.
like pull it back onto a pin and then
Okay.
grab a rock, do it, and it's doing this all at once, and then lift the pin, and then you see it just like throw these things like at alarming speed. And you recognize some of these rocks because some of them almost hit you.
Yeah.
Is a baby kraken a crackling?
I'm okay with that.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm about
love
to
that.
get crackling as soon
You-
as I get down there.
You see all 8 arms moving at like rapid speed, and now you realize like how many like siege weapons it's operating solo. It's
Okay.
almost like it's playing a harp.
All right.
Wing, wing, wing.
Hey, that's not very nice. That's not very nice. Okay, you gotta stop. Are you gonna stop? It's not a good game.
Roll persuasion.
Okay. Oh no, it's a 13.
Well, let's see. This creature is not the most insightful. Babies aren't that wise, shockingly,
Mm-hmm.
or that smart. This one is though.
Hmm.
Okay.
It kind of, you see it's like one eye kind of fixate on you, and it's kind of like watery, and you see it's like strange pupil that kind of looks like a circle that's been pinched in the middle, kind of like a squiggle and fixate on you. And then you hear it say, "No!" And it continues
Okay.
loading its slings.
Okay. All right. I asked nicely, and I'm gonna use the rest of my move to take the last 30 feet
Okay.
to get in there and ink its eyes. Its eyes. Blind it.
I love it.
Okay.
Yes.
So, so you're using ink cloud.
Yes.
Perfect. So you.
You fart in its general
Yes.
direction.
Yes.
The water blackens as you spurt out this ink cloud directly in its one eye.
Yes.
And let's see, it is actually its turn. So you succeed. You see like all of the arms kind of stop plucking at these like slingshots, and two of them kind of flail, and then let's see. Oh goodness. Okay.
Is it afraid of the dark?
Yes, it's very frightened, and it almost like reflexively kind of flails. So it's less of like an attack and more of like a and you hear that as it flails at you. Oh no. Does a 22 hit?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It flails. Two of its tentacles collide with you as it does so. But like I said, it's more of a flail and less of a actual attack.
I'm assuming this is more than 30 feet away from me.
Yes, unfortunately.
I figured.
Dealing.
Oh no. Oh, I forgot I'm a
Crackling
level 6. I'm so squishy.
13 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
I can handle it. I can
Yeah.
handle it.
Yeah, you see it kind of like I said, a lot of the tentacles stop, and then two of them do like this type of thing, like, and they smack against you, knocking you one way and then the other way, dealing 13 damage.
I forgot though. I'm an octopus. I get more health. Yay.
You
Are
kind
you
of like
still an
spin-
octopus?
you kinda spin in the air a little bit. As this
I
happens.
get 3 hit points as an octopus.
Oh no!
Well, she's not an octopus anymore.
Hilarious. Yep.
Wait, you can wild shape into a giant octopus by now,
Oh.
can't you? Aren't you a high enough level for that?
I made myself a small octopus this time, I guess. That was what I pulled up. So yeah.
So you get, I think, knocked out of your small octopus shape into Penelope shape, and then the second tentacle whacks you, and you're just kind of spitting in place with this like ink cloud below you. And after that, I think, yes.
No, nothing. Well, if you wild shape back, giant octopus has a valid and available form.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then it is Alyndra's turn. Now your movement will be at normal speed since you all haven't had time to like prep, stretch, and dive down. So yeah, you'll move as normal now.
Can I get close enough to cast water breathing on it? Or-
Yeah, you would have to use your complete movement if I remember correctly where you were at. But she has a giant head, and now you see actually below you like a dark dot of a Hunger of Hadar. Probably. Oh gosh, well now we're using Pythagoras Theorem because that's here and you're here and the turtle's here. But yeah, you can see it at an angle down from the
How did you say that theorem?
Pythagoras.
Pythagorean.
I went to school in India, so I always say like Pythet, Buret,
fine.
and Pythagoras.
I
I
was
always
actually
get it
the
wrong.
deal.
Yeah.
No, it was
However you
beautiful.
pronounce it
no,
is
I
correct.
loved it. No, this is
Awesome.
like,
Was
wait,
it
no,
A-
I needed
A
to hear
plus
it
B
again.
equals C squared? Is
A-
that
A
the
squared plus
formula?
B squared equals C
C
squared.
squared.
Yeah.
No, I loved it. That was
I can't even
It's been a
pronounce
while
a
since I've been in
cantrip.
geometry.
Yeah.
Just wait till you hear me accidentally say schedule one day.
Well, that's right. That's
I
appropriate.
love it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Very
go back
classy.
and I'm gonna go back and clip that one and listen to it while I'm having tea later with a pinky up. I love it.
Pythagoras. I love it.
Exactly.
So good. So good.
God damn it, V-Day. Nobody
I
would
just-
have noticed.
It's
She's my favorite character in Harry Potter.
Oh, they noticed. Just no one else would be enough of a monster to say so. But to be very clear, this is not me mocking. This is appreciation. Trust me.
I mean, we were talking about math earlier, and here we are. So it all comes full circle.
Jasmine, that has to be your next PC's name.
Pythagoras.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
Pythag. Oris.
Pythagoras and oh gosh, I say a lot of words. Patrol.
It's a math
But
answer.
ironically, they're a Minotaur barbarian.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a wrestler who hates beans and is into snakes. Yeah, because that's what Pythagoras means, snake-like. It's true. Don't get me started on my yeah. Never mind. Please continue.
This has been your Tuesday night lessons with the Silver and Steel crew.
The more you know.
So underneath you, you see like the giant, like bumpy head of a turtle creature. And yeah, its eyes are huge and they contain galaxies and they're turquoise. And you can actually see like the dull turquoise glow like in front of it. And you are actually above it.
So am I within 30 feet to cast, or can I not cast this
No,
turn?
no, you can.
Okay, I will immediately cast water breathing on the creature,
Mm-hmm.
so that hopefully the goddess can breathe again.
Yeah. So as you do, you almost see it go from like looking like I was saying earlier to Avren that she looked like she was getting desperate, like her brow was furrowed and she was trying really hard. You see that relax a little bit, with a little bit of like surprise, but also relief kind of washes over her. And you feel like a shudder as she like breathes in deep, almost with like a relief. And yeah, I think you have to cast the spell into your air bladder.
Well, I sign.
Oh,
talked about
right.
last
Yes,
time.
yes,
So,
yes. So you sign the spell.
So I'll sign it with the somatic and the sign instead of a verbal. on that.
Perfect. Awesome. Would you like to do anything else with your turn?
I will look for a place that looks like it might be a safe spot to go next, where I can help.
Yeah. There's a few. Let's see. Give me a perception check.
It wasn't that 20 and it rolled off over to a 2, so it's a 6.
Okay. Yeah, you see like on her back, like it's like a whole island, and you have trouble like figuring out a good spot to settle down where you don't have to worry about her accidentally hitting you, because she is still struggling. She's not as, like I said, as frenzied, but she's still very, very scared. And so you have a hard time figuring out where you can settle down, where you can be close enough to help without being close enough that she might accidentally strike you with this giant maw, this big head that she's kind of swinging around, snapping at people with. Freely, it is your turn.
Can I get so did I witness this exchange between Penelope and the Kraken, and can I get close enough to do anything other than move?
Yeah, no, you would be able to get close enough, because you would be within, it would be the same distance as Penelope, so you would be within 30 feet if you took your movement.
Do I see any of the machinery? Because I'm trying to remember the plan here.
Yeah, so it's basically like, essentially the way, from what you can see, it's like this like braided, almost like kelp or seaweed-esque substance that's been formed into like a net-like sort of structure. And the tentacle takes it, pulls it back onto like a pin, loads it, and then depresses the pin. And then after, it flings, the pin pops back up and it just does it again. So it's like this weird twanging harp type of thing.
Can I try and cut the kelp? Gordian, not that batch. Green
Definitely. There are 6 of them. You can definitely cut one of them.
I dual wield. I'll go for 2 if I make it through the first one. Yes. What is this?
Yeah.
It's not. Oh, your card came.
Ooh.
Oh, you're muted.
This is literally my business card.
Is it a Gordian knot?
Slasher, Gordian knot.
We should switch places. They sent the wrong person here. We should.
I offer it to you, much as one might trade an inspiration.
We should send it. That is a dirty 20 and a 17 for 2 different hits. I mean, if the first one cuts it, I'll drop a level 1 smite on it, and if it doesn't break, I'll do it again, and if not, I'll cut the next one.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, BKB. That's gonna be 10. 17 in the first hit.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, it slices. And as you slice through like that sort of that sort of main braided elastic, for lack of a better word, thing that has like the netting kind of underneath it, the integrity of the entire structure falls apart. It's no longer able to hook onto this like retracting pin anymore.
Perfect. Oh, well, so the first attack did that?
Yep.
Do I see that Penelope's in distress?
You would have seen her drop wild shape and get smacked by a tentacle, kind of like sending her in a gentle somersault backwards.
I don't know that this thing is a sweet baby, so can I see it?
Yes, it's huge.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, the second...
And one of the tentacles would actually be close to you, since you just sliced, one of these contraptions, and the tentacles were holding them. They momentarily froze while the two tentacles in the middle kind of did the flail. But yeah, it has like, an arm on each of these mechanisms. So it's not too far from where you're at.
Well, I already rolled the attack. Is a 17 enough to hit it?
That's a good question. Yes.
However, smite happens at the moment of impact. So I'm going to go ahead and drop a level 2 smite on this thing.
Perfect. Yeah.
Like, boom. So that's, it's not Kraken's not a type fiend, correct?
No.
Okay. All right. Although we have meta fiendish Kraken, but that was a whole different thing. Okay. Well, let me do it like this. 12, 15, 19, 25 points of damage.
Ooh, okay. So you deal 25 points of damage to this creature. Its blood pours out of this tentacle into the water. And Penelope, since there is like a telepathy that it was holding with you, you hear it be like, "Ow!" It kind of like retract its tentacle to suck on it.
Oh.
As it takes this like giant slash. It kind of folds its tentacle up into its mouth and sucks on it. Like a baby would. One of the Sahagins that's fighting our giant turtle friend attacks it more feverishly now. I don't know if it's going to hit. I got a nat 20 on like the crappiest NPC I have right now.
Oh, I mean, yay for our chat. Boo for the god.
Yeah. Mixed emotions.
Yeah.
I guess.
I'm like, it's the strangest creature too. It's like of the enemies on the board right now, it's like the crappiest. Okay, so it has multi-attack, so there's no way I rolled 2.
Oh.
There's no way. There's
Additionally,
no way.
boo.
That's
Boo.
All right, well,
Enjoy your blood money bundle. Yeah, boo.
Well,
I'm in disbelief. I've never rolled 2 20s in a row. That is crazy.
Let's be honest. I'd rather the god
happens.
take it than one of us. So yeah, I'm still for all
That's
this.
true.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
hey, 2 people in chat get legendary bundles. So yeah.
thankfully, this, like I said, this is like the weakest creature on the board. So it's like,
way to shoot your shot, little buddy, though. Like today's
right?
the day.
Yeah. So that's
Inspiration.
And then the little creature.
Big fans of God of War down here on the bottom of the ocean here.
17.
An aquatic
19.
Kratos.
Okay, so even with two crits, it's only 19 points of damage. You see, like, it's like as she like kind of breathes in deep with the underwater breathing, you see one of the Sahagins take its trident and like kind of take advantage of this and thrust up into the palate of this creature, striking in her mouth and causing her to like reel in pain and flail. You see like this like kind of like a dark blue blood come like streaming out of her mouth as it like hits this like sort of tender part of her soft palate. And then the baby Kraken already went, I think. Yes. It's assistant. The other one that's kind of trying to wrangle or coerce this creature attacks as well. This bro doesn't strike true at all.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Never mind.
Oh, but it does have blood frenzy, so it would get advantage against a creature that doesn't have all of its hit points.
Okay, so let me ask real quick: is the turtle within 30 feet of me?
Yes, the turtle's huge.
Then I will warding flare this. He does not have advantage. He actually has
Okay.
disadvantage, which would
Perfect.
cancel it
Yeah.
out.
So the second one, instead of attacking after this, like, trident goes directly like up into the mouth of this turtle, it instead is like, yeah, like excited to have gotten a hit and doesn't attack at all. Avren, it is your turn.
So the ones that are in darkness, are they
Mhm.
still in the darkness, I assume?
Yeah, they haven't gone yet. It hasn't
Well,
been their turn yet, so they're
oh,
there.
okay, so that's when they'll take the damage.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to get close to the darkness, just waiting for one of them to try to leave.
Yeah.
Like
Perfect.
I'm just readying my mace.
Holding
and,
action.
To attack
Ye-
the darkness.
Basically. What are the other two soldiers doing?
They're the ones that just struck at the
Okay,
creature.
so
Mhm.
they're not really paying attention to me.
No, their back is turned to you. They've been trying to like wrangle this creature. And from your understanding, from what Silas told you, they're trying to get her to give in, and give them like a boon.
Okay, I'm gonna do something a little wild. I'm going to get as close to the darkness. Wait, well, it does say once, as long as I don't start my turn in it, I don't end my turn in it. I'm gonna run into the darkness.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
Knowing that they are going to take cold and acid damage, I go ahead
Mhm.
and cast Thunder Step in there.
Okay, perfect.
I'm going to teleport myself 90 feet away.
Okay.
Thunder Step is going to create a massive thunderous boom as I disappear out of the darkness.
Oh, so you want to step in and then step out?
Yeah, I'm gonna teleport right back. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
And it's not crazy, but it's 13 points of damage. It's a Constitution saving throw,
Perfect. Let's see.
and I want to teleport next to the two soldiers if they're close enough.
Constitution saving throw. Ooh, these guys are pretty constitutional.
Oh no,
One makes it, the other one doesn't. Actually, what's your save?
it's 14.
Okay, so one makes it, the other one doesn't, so it takes 12 points of damage.
Awesome.
Does the one that makes the save take half?
Yeah, half as much. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Oh
So
wow,
the
I can
other one
teleport up
takes
to 300 feet away. Oh, it's heard from 300. The sound is heard from 300 feet away.
Mhm.
So there is a boom.
Perfect. And then you teleport closer to the two that are kind of flanking this giant turtle.
Yeah, I want to be right next to them.
Perfect. Now it is the one that is in the darkness's turn. He right out of the gate is going to take 2d6 cold damage. So go ahead and roll that.
Okay, and that is going to be they're hidden. 4 points of cold damage.
4 points of cold damage. And then let's see. I'm going to roll a d4 to determine which direction it starts moving in. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Because I don't think it would be able to tell how to get out of the darkness. So it's either going to go the long way through it, in which case it'll take its entire movement to get to the other side, because I do believe this is difficult terrain, or it'll take one step back and the darkness will be between you and it. So one of those two things is going to happen. So it decides to go to the right, or no, to the left. So it still has 10 feet of darkness. Is my math right? 5
Yeah,
feet?
it's a 20-foot cube.
20-foot cube. Okay. So it goes to the left, which means
Or a circle, sorry. It's a circle, yeah.
20-foot circle. Okay. So it would make its way out since it went left. So it finds itself. So now there's still the circles on the ground. It's here. You're here. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
I don't know if that. And then I think. Wait, is it the other one's turn? No, it's not. It's Sofieus' turn.
Sorry, I was muted.
Yeah.
How large is the baby kraken?
It's very large. However, it's on the opposite side of the turtle that you're on. So you're on the same side as Alyndra and Avren, and then there's like this like giant turtle. It's like the size of an island. So it's not something you can really see over or through. And then on the other side of it, there's kind of like a depression, and in it is nestled the baby kraken, and that is where Penelope and Freely currently are.
Okay.
They can't see you, and you can't see them because you're very far apart. You could use your movement to start getting over there, but it would take you a while. It would probably take you about I imagine it to be about 200 feet.
Okay, yeah. Who is around me right now? Who is within 15 feet of me at the moment?
Alyndra, I think, is the only person who's within 15 feet. Now that she's not invisible, you notice that she wasn't that far from you to begin with, because I when she cast that spell, she popped out of invisibility.
Oh, Alyndra, hello. Fancy seeing you here. I thought I smelled pudding. How did you enjoy your gum?
You can't talk underwater.
She understands nothing I'm saying.
It just kind of.
We'll talk later. How does fire work underwater?
I don't know.
Magical fire works. The difficulty is within casting it.
So the two that are flanking the turtle currently, can I use my arcane firearm to cast Scorching Ray at one of them?
Does Scorching Ray have a verbal component?
Verbal and somatic. So
Okay. Did you take one of the air bladders that Orkira took?
crap, did I?
Yeah. I think we all did.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So you can cast up to 3 spells. You have about 3 breaths worth of air in there. You can like breathe into it and like cast a spell into it.
Can I also
conversely
sign?
there's
Can I
also
sign?
like if you know the same languages.
Alyndra learned the sign when she was living with Clan Monkey Mouse.
Okay.
So I don't know.
I'm not really sure what the rules
but-
are. Like technically I only know Common and Elvish.
Yeah,
and-
it's specifically a part of her backstory of,
Gotcha.
a group she lived with.
Okay, I will use the somatic whoopee cushion and cast Scorching Ray.
Okay, perfect.
Somatic whoopee cushion is so much better
Yeah.
as an idea of like I want that to be an official item now.
I mean, we were in Dave and we were joking about the farting noises that the airlock made. So this is just more farting noises. It's amazing.
There was
I'm here for
another workaround too. Just I guess kind of metagaming. There is an air pocket at the bottom of the big turtle shell that I think Alyndra picked up on that. Jen picked up on that. And then there is also the giant bubbles I alluded to that every single time she's like, because she's drowning. There's these giant bubbles, and you could actually go inside a bubble. But now, but you found the NPC, and so that worked out too. But I would.
Am
like
I close to one of these bubbles?
Yes, if you're close to her head, yeah. It would probably take you, since Alyndra was closer to it, you could swim to one. You could use one movement and swim to one to be inside of a bubble.
No, it's okay. I'll use the whoopee cushion.
Okay.
I'm going to roll to hit. So
Okay,
it's 3.
perfect.
It is 3 scorching rays for 1 target.
Mm-hmm.
First one, or sorry, roll to hit was 12. The
Okay,
first
yeah.
target.
Perfect.
So that's 12 plus a 1d8, which would be 14.
Okay.
And then the second scorching ray would be a 21.
Okay, that hits.
And damage is 8.
Okay.
And then the third scorching ray is 11.
That one does not hit.
All right.
But let me run the math on that first. So how much damage? So you said it was 12 to hit, which hits, but then what was the damage on the first one?
On the first one, it was 14.
14. Okay, perfect. And then what was the damage on the second one?
The second one, does anybody remember what I said?
I don't.
That was a lot of rolling.
20 something.
8,
Somebody in
I
chat?
think.
It was 20 to hit, something to hit. I don't remember what the damage was.
Yeah, because I got confused on the first one because I typed in 12 and I realized that was the to hit. So okay, so
Yeah.
it's 8.
I-
Perfect. That
Yes.
is just enough to drop
Hey!
the first Sahagin to 0. So the one that's
Fantastic.
crit inside, with this trident still kind of like in her mouth, it just burns up and fizzles and like turns into these like little fish flakes and drifts and falls apart into the sea. Is that your
Can I
turn?
catch some of the fish flakes? I hear that they're very tasty as a topping on certain foods.
You could attempt to if you wanted to.
You're gonna
swim
make some
down to where it
dashi when
was.
you get
Yeah.
back up top.
Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
just gonna stuff it in my bag of holding.
Okay. You'll have to use your movement to get there, but you can move there. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a bonus action I can use to move.
Perfect. And then Orkira, it's your turn.
I would like to move next to the turtle.
Okay.
Can I get with my movement next to it?
Yeah. It's huge
Awesome.
and you were close to one of the chains, so you're actually pretty.
Okay, so for my movement, I'm going to get next to the turtle. For my bonus action, my spiritual weapon is going to move it can move up to 20 feet and then make an attack. So I'm going to have it attack the
Okay,
chain.
perfect. Go ahead.
I just rolled natural 20 on my spiritual
Hey.
weapon. I'm going to take a picture because I'm super excited. Yay.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. It's not often that I actually crit.
It's
I'm so
fantastic. This
excited.
makes
this
up
the
for all
most-
the episodes where we just didn't have any.
Yeah, this is the most we've
Where we
had in a
just-
while.
yeah,
Yeah,
we- Okay, so I'm assuming a 26 hits the chain.
Yes, it does. For sure.
Awesome.
Go ahead and roll
So,
damage.
It's not gonna be a ton of damage. It's gonna be 11 force damage on the chain. Does it look like it's gonna take a couple more hits?
Mhm. Is that with your
like,
crit
how-
damage?
Yeah, it's spiritual weapon doesn't do a lot of
Mhm.
damage, but it sticks around for a while and it's force
You see
damage.
the
so-
chain like kind of groan, and you actually see one of the chain links like split, and now it's like in an open C shape and just barely holding on.
Perfect. So yeah, I'm gonna do it. Real quick, does it look like the turtle is really injured, or I could do something else and not have to heal it right now?
She's big, so and she's very energetic. So you don't
Okay.
feel like she's on the brink of death, especially now that you know that she has air from Alyndra.
Okay. Then as my action, because the spiritual weapon is my bonus action, oh, that's each hostile creature. I can't shoot. I can't. Never mind. I was gonna use my channel divinity and try to attack the chains with it,
Mhm.
but it needs to be a creature. Okay. I'm gonna take another puff of air and I'm going to sacred flame the chains.
Okay, perfect.
The chains need to make a dexterity saving throw DC 14.
They miss. So go
Awesome.
go ahead and roll damage.
I rolled really well. It's gonna be 14 radiant damage
Yeah.
on the chains.
So as you channel your divinity, and you see, like I said, your spiritual weapon like struck true with this force damage, and like this enclosed link kind of goes, and you see it like kind of barely holding on. As you channel your divinity and like use your sacred flame on it, it softens under the heat and just, and you see the chain snap and kind of like retract off, I guess is the best sound, under that like force into the ocean. And as it does, you see like the shell underneath you see like a little foot, because I kind of envisioned you towards the back kind of pop out and like kind of start to push on the ground now that she has space to. You see like her little claws and like a little tiny turtle foot just like pop out and start to push as that chain snaps. And that'll be, I kind of want to do this dude's turn. That way it's just like we can end on like a
Top of the round.
having done a full thing of combat. He's gonna roll to
Perfect.
see if he can make his way out of the darkness, and also roll damage. Todd.
I love Hunger of Hadar.
I think
I'm
it's
gonna get you.
2d6.
9 points of damage. Cold
9
damage.
points of damage. Perfect. It takes 9 points of damage and then goes the long way. So it's right at the edge of your circle, but still has to use one more movement to get out of it. And that'll be where we end today's session with.
That would be another 7 acid damage.
Mhm.
Excellent.
And at the bottom of this round as well, you just see turtles start to spill out of these cages on the bottom of the ocean floor. And seeing one of the chains snap, you see them like emboldened and rush forward and try to get at the other chains. And yeah, that'll be our session for today. This is, I feel like,
We're gonna save the
most
turtle god. This is great.
excited encounter I made, but the most difficult to explain.
No, I saw it in
Really
my
good.
head actually
It's
perfectly.
there.
No, honestly, like I would count this as like I very much got the lay of the land. I didn't need like minis or anything.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
I
No,
love
it
that.
was,
That
it
makes
was
me
really
excited.
enjoyable. And
It-
also
Agreed.
when Lauren added the boat from Waterworld, when like before we dove in, I think that really helped me understand where we were.
Awesome. I'm glad y'all enjoyed it.
I felt like Obi Kenobi for a minute, like just like, oh, hello there. I didn't think I was going to be this close.
No, that.
This is like
Switching it
drop
for sinking like a
down,
stone. Yeah.
right? Yeah.
General Avren.
I imagined it like a World of Warcraft Death Knight. You know how like their boots are huge, like just like whose
Mhm.
boots are that big. I just assume now, like in my head, Avren has giant boots that
Yeah.
are like big. They're just chunk.
That's the aesthetic.
I mean, we've established that Todd himself sinks, I believe you said that once, so it's on brand that Avren does.
It's a
He either has
horrifying
like
disorder.
cinder blocks for his boots, or it's just like early 2000s CG boots.
Yeah.
Oh my
Just
gosh.
like straight
Tomb
up
Raider
moon
boots.
boots.
Ooh,
Moon boots would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moon boots.
What's the name of this episode?
Moon
Mhm.
boots.
I have a couple names that I wrote down.
Whittle quacking.
I have Let's Get Crackling,
Let's get crackling.
Somatic Whoopee Cushion.
Somatic
Moon
whoopee
boots.
cushion.
Oh,
That's a
somatic
pretty
whoopee
good.
cushion
That's
is
a
so
pretty good
good.
one.
You
I
kind of have to
will
click
find
on it.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
true. As a good title makes one do, yes.
I'm into that. I also
So
love
Somatic
how
Whoopee Cushion
different
it is.
Penelope's reaction to a baby kraken was compared to Freely's reaction to a baby kraken.
We learned a lot about two halflings.
Hey, she could talk
Hey, we
to
didn't
it.
learn much. We just confirmed what we already knew.
Well, yeah,
Excuse me,
yeah,
to
it's
my credit,
further
it's
evidence.
attacking a god, and I watched it attack my friend. You guys have known Freely a while. What else does he need to know?
You also didn't see its cute face, and you don't know
True.
its belly. So, like
I don't know, Penelope, there's still time for you to heal a kraken, and then we will be 2 for 2 with kraken healing. So
I feel
There's still
like
time.
today was the day of like frustratingly slow talkers. It was like an ent mooch. I didn't realize that until halfway through, where I was like, oh gosh, they're like ents. Everyone else is like, okay, but your god is dying. We're gonna help you. And they're like, yeah, it's a real problem.
and
She's
that's
trying. Time is ticking. Time is
yeah.
and that's
We're
them talking
going
fast.
I felt that was
Yeah.
appropriate.
Oh yeah. It's a real big problem.
Oh, it's a bummer.
Going
Oh,
as
yeah.
fast as we can.
We've been trying to get down there for a while.
Like those people who make you feel kind of okay about a catastrophe. It's
Yeah,
like, I
like-
shouldn't feel this
Bless your heart.
calm.
These guys say bless your heart. 100%.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
100%.
yeah.
So you mean it,
Bless
and it's
your
not in
sweet,
the
sweetheart.
southern.
if
it's not in
sea
the
turtles
southern
could
way
be
where it's
from
like-
Minnesota.
Mhm.
They
I feel like I got
absolutely
recruited
can,
because I move a
don't you
little
know?
bit faster.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Eh?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
North.
Don't
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
Don't you know?
They're from the North Sea. Yeah.
Well, we lost all our
Underwater,
viewers
the
from
turtles
Minnesota.
don't stink.
They know what they did.
They know. They know.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you to my players for putting up with my nonsense. Let's go around and get some plugs. Let's start with Meagan. Take it away.
Oh crap, you put me on the spot. I don't really have a lot going on. You could find me on Twitter where I talk about D&D probably, and here on Tuesdays.
Very nice. Jen.
Hey, I am Jen Kretchmer. You can find me on Twitter as Dreamwisp. You can find me on Twitch as Dreamwisp Jen. You can find the Canva.
Oh, yeah, it's still in the water.
The accessibility in tabletop toolkit is available on my pinned tweet. And right now I am participating. I can't talk tonight. Oh, goodness. At least it waited till the end. I am participating in World Builders, which is why I can't talk, because I am doing a bunch of panels with them. I have another one on Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific. We are going to be playing Among Us, a bunch of fantasy authors. Power Authors is going to be there, a bunch of amazing authors, and then me. And then we're going to be doing some other stuff this weekend, and it's going to be fantastic. As I hit my mic, oh my goodness. So follow on Twitter for more information. Follow on World Builders. Please donate if you can. It's an amazing cause and organization and event, and it's an enormous party. So come hang out.
Do the thing.
Do the thing.
Hi, I'm Hope LaVelle. You can follow me on Twitter as the Hope LaVelle, and yeah, watch me here. It's fun.
Lauren.
I'm Lauren Urban. I'm the community manager for D&D Beyond. You can find me where the D&D Beyonds happen. You can also find me on Twitter as Lauren. And if you check my Twitter, you can see that I'm going to be running a game for Jasper's Game Day in January. Part of a whole big event that you can go check out. I've retweeted. You can bid to play in a game with me, which is an odd thing to say, but it's for charity. So I'm gonna go with that. So yeah, go check out my Twitter and go bid on a game to support Jasper's Game Day, which is an amazing charity. And then yeah, you can just sign up to do all the charity things.
Fantastic. Todd?
Hi, I'm Todd Kenreck. I am the creative manager at D&D Beyond, and I get to play this game with some of my best friends, and also my awesome wife.
That's so sweet.
Was.
Dave, no pressure.
Yeah, no pressure. B. Dave Walters, I say words about things. I've got a bunch of stuff going on, but this Friday at noon Pacific for World Builders, the aforementioned World Builders, I will be running a level 20 D&D one-shot with some wonderful people that perhaps you've heard of. Abria Iyengar, Amy Vorpal, Patrick Rothfuss, Sage Ryan, Brennan Lee Mulligan, and the Taliesin Jaffe. So it's gonna be quite a squad.
Just a lousy group of people.
It is true. It is just,
it's gonna be no fun at all.
Well, don't like Taliesin drink your blood. That's the main thing.
I mean, but then he's bound to me rather than the other way around. So, you know, there it is.
I don't think it works that way with Taliesin.
ETM rules.
That is true. That is true. Yeah. So yeah, check it out. Pinned. It's I've tweeted about it. They've tweeted about it. Friday at noon. Come pull up a chair. Donate if you can, and if not, come enjoy the shenanigans.
Awesome. And as always, wait, I was like, did I forget Lauren? And I was like, no. And I think it's because you didn't say your usual line of, you can find me wherever D&D is sold. Or D&D is found, or yeah, D&D Beyond is sold. Because you always say that, and this time you didn't. So I was like, wait, did we get Lauren?
I mixed it up.
Now it's your turn, and you're like,
yes.
Hi, hello.
Yes, sorry, I
hello.
Just keeping you on your toes.
Also, like, you know, kind of stressed. Hi, I'm Jasmine, that bronze girl Bhullar. I'm a full-time Twitch streamer. I do a morning show on Twitch. You can check it out, and you can also follow me on Twitter. My Twitter timeline's pretty lit. That's it.
I need the theorem just one more time. Just give it to me one more time, please.
You know, people are never gonna let me live now.
How did you even Pythagoras?
Pythagoras.
Hello, Pythagoras.
I like
Oh,
that
man.
name though.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, don't give it-
Pythagorean theorem.
Yeah,
It's
don't give it to them for
Pythagorean,
free.
that's
Make
it.
people go back and
Yeah.
re-listen and
It's true.
rewatch.
Yeah,
like,
tier
right?
3 sub to my channel, and I'll say it again.
It's,
There it is.
You can also get an aluminium from time to time.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that's
Ooh.
very Canadian.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
like a T-Rex that asks you math questions, and then if you fail, it eats you. Yeah.
You know, that's how I actually type it out now after talking to the folks from Idle Champions. I type it out aluminium. And to my American friends, it's spelled incorrectly, and they're like, "Why are you adding an extra I?" I'm like, "Because it's aluminium."
Also,
my
it's Z. It's not 0. Always just use Z.
Z.
Oh yeah.
And
Or Z,
HD.
yeah.
H.
Z.
Schedule.
Schedule. Yep.
Schedule. Yes. Canadians, it's, they know where it's at.
Schedule.
Do they?
Not gonna. You
They
went
do.
further
They
than
also say
went
hey instead of a.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I don't know
no,
about
you went
that.
further than I could follow, Lauren. and
Lauren,
I
you did
support
a
you in
hey
everything.
today before the show, and I was like, "Up, the Canadians showing up."
Listen, I grew up in Buffalo and I'm married to a Canadian. I love
It
Canadian.
made me really happy.
It's true. It's true.
Thank you so much for putting up with our shenanigans every night, audience. Take care of yourselves and each other.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Tasha's Cauldron of Everything is available now on D&D Beyond. Purchase before January 5th to unlock the Cauldron dice set, as well as character sheet backdrops, themes and frames.